side person for you. When did you realize your dad was a rock star? Like, at what point did you like wake up like, oh, my dad is not like Andy Griffith or like my buddy's dad who goes to work at Walmart?
I mean, honestly, it took me a while. I remember being smaller and just being like, well, I guess this is what everyone's life is like, you know?
Not so.
Kind of taking it for granted as you're younger.
I didn't really catch on until later. You know, like
It's so funny to me.
He was just dad.
Well, it was only because I never really looked at him that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was always just, you know, the normal father to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where I knew what he meant in what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew his intention behind, you know, some of the great, you know, artworks and songs that he's created, and I would be there for the actual process. So by the time that it was done, I was just so familiar with it that, you know, it didn't necessarily strike me until I started going to traditional school, and it was like, yo, like, you know, like, yo, I love your dad, like, da-da-da-da-da. I got teachers handing me mixtapes, like, hey, play this for your son.
Chill.
Like, no, for real, like, I had a parent-teacher conference in 3rd grade, and she asked for concert tickets. I was like, damn, like, y'all supposed to be talking about me, ain't you? Like, you know, like, but I don't think I was ever really uncomfortable with, like, it was an inconvenience at times, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't necessarily think I was ever uncomfortable with it. It took me a long time to understand. Like, I can honestly say, like, up until a couple of years ago, like, we had a conversation where I was like, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, this is your calling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to do what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be selfish. You know what I'm saying?
True. That's amazing.
Give him a round of applause. That's understanding.
No, that's some jewels. Yeah, yes. Sorry.
I just wanted to add one thing to that. Anybody who's like followed our career, and then me personally extending over from Dungeon Family, you'll see that I involved my entire family in almost everything that I did. Kingston is co-starring with me in a song called Getting Grown. So that was the second single off of my first solo album, CeeLo Green and His Perfect Imperfections. And he was a little baby. I think he might have been like, I think about 3 or 4 or something like that. You know what I mean? But, you know, and that video was inspired by us watching Teletubbies and stuff like that. So, you know, me being me, I dress up like the Teletubbies, you know, thinking I'm entertaining him. Or, you know, my wife, Christina, and then my daughter, Sierra and Kayla. So we always been family, man. That's what it's about.
To be honest, I'm still like, kind of grasping how like phenomenal of a composer he is. Like, when he told me he was like one of the best African-American composers, I was like,
wow.
Well, that's crazy. I didn't know my dad was some famous guy out there. But like, yeah, like everybody else has said, he's just been like a normal father to me, just being there for me, being at my school, doing stuff with me, even though he has his work, which I don't understand how he does all of it. It's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah. But I'm still like learning all the stuff that he does. Like, it's crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It really breaks your heart, some of the things that you can't be there for. And though I try to as much, I'm like, every morning I'm making them breakfast. Literally every morning I make them breakfast. I can't guarantee I'll be there for dinner. but I do. I'm making breakfast. I can, oddly enough, because of my schedule of my career, sometimes I can jump out and see a baseball game or basketball or whatever, and be there for him to talk with him when he wants. Unlike CeeLo, I don't have to travel a lot. You know, I can't imagine how complicated that is, and when you put the travel thing involved in it, you know, and I've had to do very little of that. But I work on a lot of TV shows and a lot of hours, you know, every day. And balancing that with the kids, you know, it's got to be a choice. It's a conscious choice to be there for them and to care about what they care about. I mean, I look at this young man and his brother came in, and my heart just gets so full. I can't imagine it's so amazing who they are and how they handle things, and they're just such amazing, well put together boys that Much better than me, and I attribute that to their mom, so they're much better than me.
That's amazing.
My son would never hug me like that on stage. I love you. How does that feel to have a dad that's a superhero and can make all those dreams come true?
I don't know, it's great. I mean,
It's all right.
It's all right.
I mean, I'm just very grateful that I have a dad who, is able to, make my dreams come true.
Yeah, because see, moms get all the credit. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, don't you start with that.
It's important that we, shout out our dads, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dads are special. I love that. So again, your dad managed some of the most incredible artists in the game. Was that something in your schooling you were pressured to, like, your dad manages Ludacris, hypothetically? How difficult was that to manage for you? Or did people know? I'm sure they did, though. And how difficult was it for you?
Well, if they didn't know, I made it known.
Excuse me. High five. That's why we have the girls on the panel. No games over here. She's like, honey, yes, they better know.
I just thought it was like the coolest thing in the world. Like, I would just be like, oh my God, my dad manages this place, and they're just like, oh my gosh, you're so cool. I want to meet your dad, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, I just thought of my dad as like, my hero. So.
Aww.